Hi, Adam Napolitano here from Expert Edge Video, and I want to welcome you to our fifth and final video in our training series on how to create an extremely powerful and effective online lead generation system that will create a new stream of qualified leads coming into your practice and your business month after month and converting a significant portion of those leads into new patients for your practice. Now, in the first 4 videos, just to summarize, you learned how to create an extremely compelling headline to intrigue your visitors, to get them to stay on your page, to see what you're all about and what you have to offer. In the second video, you learned how to actually create a video to integrate onto your lead capture page that is designed to engage every visitor and get them to take a specific action and actually become a lead. Then in the third video, you learned about the concept of a value proposition and how to deliver tremendous value quickly and easily to your visitors so that you instantly establish credibility and expertise in your field and get them to be excited about becoming a lead. And in the previous and fourth video, you learned about creating a sign-up form and integrating that with an autoresponder so that you make it very simple and easy for every visitor who comes to your lead capture page to actually sign up to your list and become a lead so that you can communicate with them. And that brings us to our fifth and final video today, where we're going to discuss how to create a highly effective follow-up sequence that is specifically designed to convert those leads who sign up to your email list, who sign up to your text message list, into actual new patients for your practice, new customers for your business. And in order to do this, you're going to create a series of email messages and or text messages that go out to each lead on your list in an automated fashion that is designed to continue to deliver value, all while establishing yourself as the true expert in your field and building that trust and credibility. So what I've done here is I've broken down the 4 proven emails that are designed to convert someone who is simply a lead, who may initially just sign up to your list because they want that free gift that you're offering, and get them to transition from just seeking that free gift, that free content, into actually becoming excited and interested in becoming a new patient for your practice or becoming a new customer for your business. Now, I do want to mention that most of this information I'm going to cover here applies to email messages, because oftentimes the amount of text or content you'll have in each message is going to be too much to fit into just a text message. But if you're also utilizing text messaging as part of your lead generation system, which is still highly effective, you can complement that with emails. So you could use text messaging to alert your leads that you've just sent them a new email with more detailed information or detailed content or a free gift that you've given them. And then that'll get them to actually check their email inbox to see what it is you have to offer or what you have to say. And then in an email, of course, you can take your time saying what you need to because you're not limited by texting. Okay, so the first message that you're going to send out to your list, so every lead who signs up to your list will instantly get this first message. That's the thank you message, or what I like to call the thank you message, because basically what you're doing in this message is you're thanking them for signing up to your list, for putting their trust in you to deliver value and to help them improve their situation, improve their well-being, improve their life, however you would like to word that. But it's just you're being polite and you're thanking them for signing up to your list. And what's also very important in this very first message, you want to make sure that you include the link. So the website address, the URL to the free gift that you're giving away. Now, the way that you're going to design this lead capture system, generally speaking, is that as soon as someone signs up to your email and or text message list right on your lead capture page, the very next page that they are redirected to will typically be a download page. So, for example, if you had an ebook or a digital report that you're giving away as your gift, you would immediately send them to the download page after signing up so they can click the appropriate link to download that ebook so they can start reading it immediately. Okay, maybe you're providing a video, a training video, or even a series of videos that you could have all embedded on just one web page where every visitor who signs up and becomes a lead can then just go to that web page, watch each video in order. Technical hiccups happen, and some people will somehow lose the download page or maybe accidentally close it out right after they sign up to your list. And so that's why it's very important that in that very first email, you include the link back to that content, back to that free gift, so that they don't have to try to scramble to find it, so that it's very easy for them to go back to that content. Because if you're really delivering tremendous value, there's a good chance, especially if you're doing videos, that they're going to go back and watch those videos multiple times. So you want to make it easy for them to be able to access that free gift that you're giving away. And that really sums up the first email. You're thanking them for signing up to your list. Okay, you're providing the link so that it's easy for them to access the free gift you're giving to them to deliver that value instantly. And it doesn't hurt to hint at the fact that you'll be sending more emails periodically, providing additional value and tips that they're going to benefit from. So you want to get them in the habit of expecting to receive more emails from you, so that when the second email comes, they're not blindsided or surprised. And that brings us to email number 2 in the follow-up sequence. And that's what I like to call the checkup email. At this point, you're basically asking each lead, each person on your list, if they've had a chance to go through the free content or free gift that you gave them. Did they get a chance to watch your video series? Did they get a chance to go through and read the report that you wrote for them? And not only did they read or watch the content, did they have a chance to start putting it into action? You might remember in a previous video, I touched on an example of a chiropractor perhaps creating a video showing several simple exercises that someone with back pain could perform in the comfort of their own home, starting right now, to start getting at least a little bit of relief. Again, you're not going to correct the underlying problem, especially if it's a structural abnormality. So the problem is not going to go away completely. The pain's not going to completely go away, but maybe you can help alleviate it temporarily by teaching someone some simple exercises they can perform. Okay, so if you delivered something like that as an example, as your free gift, as your value proposition, you want to ask them, hold them accountable. Hey, did you get a chance to implement any of those exercises? Did you notice a difference in the amount of discomfort or pain you experienced in your back after performing those exercises? And then you want to end the email by offering to answer any questions they may have. Because although you're delivering tremendous value in that free gift, in the value proposition that you're delivering to each and every person that signs up to your list, there's a good chance they may have some questions. Maybe something in your video, in your ebook, in your report, in your article, your blog post, whatever the case may be, something may not be completely clear to someone. And so you're reaching out to them and saying, listen, I understand you may have questions. Not everything may be clear, and that's okay. I'm here for you. If you have any questions about anything that was in my report, that was in my video, please don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime by calling insert phone number or by emailing us at insert email address. So that's a way of further connecting in a more personal manner with each person that's on your list, to let them know that you weren't there just to give them a free gift or some awesome free content and then leave them on their own with it. You're there to make sure that they can actually put that into action and get as much benefit as possible out of that content, out of that free gift. And that just raises the value tremendously that you're delivering to each and every person. Then we go to email message number 3, frequently asked questions. Again, I touched on the concept of frequently asked questions in a previous video, and this is extremely powerful because from your experience, I know you have in your mind right now probably quite a few questions that you tend to see repeated over and over and over. Whenever you get people maybe contacting your practice for the first time, inquiring, wanting to know more before they actually become a new patient. And some of these things may be concerns they have that hold them back from taking that final step of actually saying, all right, you know what, let's do this. Let's schedule an appointment. I want to come in. I want to see what you can do for me and the problem that I'm having. So this is taking a very proactive approach, because what you're doing is you're addressing common fears and concerns that you know many of your patients have before they even come to you for the first time, or even after they may start a treatment course with you. And you're doing this before they even have to ask. And by diminishing or even eliminating some of these fears or concerns they may have, you're greatly increasing the chances that they're then going to reach out to you, whether it be via phone, via email, to take that final and important step of scheduling that appointment and becoming a new patient at your practice. And now that brings us to the 4th and final email message. And that's what I like to call the final call to action. This is where you're basically going to ask for the sale. Or I shouldn't say the sale. You're going to ask for them to become a patient at your practice, because now you've delivered tremendous value, more value than most of your competitors would probably ever deliver before ever meeting someone or seeing them in the office. Okay? You've established authority, you've established credibility, you've built that trust factor up. So now that all that's left to do is simply ask for the business. Ask for them to contact you today, to call you, to email you, to set up the initial appointment. Now, additional things that you can kind of work into this last email to maximize the chances and the rates at which people on your email list actually do contact you to go from lead status to actual new patient and schedule that appointment is remember the concept of solving a problem. You want to again acknowledge, if even briefly, that you're aware of their biggest problem or their biggest problems that they experience that cause them to seek out the help of a professional like you, and that you have the solution. Okay? This also would not be a bad place to include a glowing testimonial from a current patient or previous patient who sought you out and had nothing but fantastic things to say about you because of the way you just transformed their life and maybe eliminating a very painful or uncomfortable problem that they had been experiencing for a long time. A problem that you know many of your patients seek out your services for. You've already delivered the value and built that credibility and trust. Now hit them with undeniable social proof. Again, that's not required. Okay, if you don't have maybe a lot of testimonials that kind of fit that category of being very emphatic and glowing, that's okay, but it only helps. I can tell you that it only will increase your conversion rates of people who go through your follow-up sequence and then become new patients. And finally, you can make a special offer if you'd like. Whether it be a discounted first appointment, a free initial consultation, it really doesn't matter. This last one's definitely optional of a special offer, because you have to keep in mind you've delivered so much value at this point that if someone is still not ready to become a patient because you're not giving them, a massive discount or saving them a bunch of money or making just this tremendous offer they can't refuse, that may not be the ideal person you want as a patient at your practice. I mean, I know I don't have to tell you, not all patients are created equal. Am I right? I'm sure there's some that, certainly you want to help as a healthcare professional. You want to help as many people as you can improve their lives and well-being, but I'm willing to bet there's been a patient or two, maybe over the years, that, put a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. Not all patients are created equal, okay? We'll just leave it at that. So keep in mind that you don't necessarily want to cater to those that are only looking for the best deal, where the only deciding factor that's going to dictate who they go to for treatment is simply who saves them the most money, who gives them the best offer. So that's up to you to decide if you want to utilize it or not. I can tell you, if you do all these other steps correctly, the way that I've outlined for you, you do not need to include a special offer, but certainly it's an option that you have if it makes you feel more comfortable. And that's really it. That's the breakdown of the 4 proven emails that comprise an effective follow-up sequence that is proven to take those people who sign up to your email list and convert a significant portion into actual new patients. Now, I do have a couple notes over here on the side in the blue highlighter here that I want to point out. The first one being the time interval. How often are you sending out each of these emails? The magic number has proven to be right around 3 days. You don't want to be emailing someone every single day, especially when they're a brand new lead on your list. Okay, people don't like the feeling of getting spammed, and even though you're delivering value, they're brand new to your list. They're still getting to know you, getting to like you, getting to trust you, and if you're hitting them up every single day with emails, with text messages, you're going to alienate probably a significant portion of them. Your unsubscribe rate is really going to jump up, and so naturally that means the number of leads that turn into patients is going to go down. So you don't want to be sending out messages too often, which typically a daily basis is considered too often. On the other hand, you don't want to make the interval between messages too long, because you don't want these people to forget about you and forget who you are. You want to always stay in the back of their mind until they at least take that final step of contacting you and scheduling an appointment. So that's why if you were to wait a week or more in between emails, as busy as people are from day to day, and just with their jobs, their family life, and just everything they have going on, you wait a week or more before you send them that next message, there's a good chance they're not going to even open it, because they're not going to even remember who you are. So that's why 2 to 3 days in between messages is the ideal time frame for communicating with people who sign up for your list. The second note here is what I've called an optional 5th email. I know some of you, or probably most of you, are very proud of your professional experience, your education, maybe special certifications or degrees, accreditations that you may have that make you even more qualified and successful at doing what you do. And you may feel that it's very important to communicate that information, at least in some degree, to any potential patient who comes your way. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But as I said early on in the training, when you're trying to generate leads online, which has to happen in a pretty short time frame, that's not something you want to lead in with, because you're going to lose interest of a lot of people real quickly. They're not going to become leads. They're not going to sign up to your list. But once you already have them as a lead, once you already have them on your email list, on your text message list, and once you go through this 4-step sequence, there's no problem if you want to include a 5th email after the final call to action, where you kind of make it about you. You kind of just give a personal backstory, which can be an effective way to make everyone on your list feel like that they're actually getting to know you better on a more personal level. And if they feel like they know you more, they're going to be more comfortable. They're going to just automatically, subconsciously trust you more. And that is extremely effective in getting them to take action and become a patient. So that can be an effective way to kind of get maybe people who are still a little bit on the fence after that 4-step sequence to maybe finally, kind of hop off that fence and be like, you know what, he or she, they seem, like a really trustworthy person, that clearly they know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about. I've learned a lot. They've already helped me so far with the free information they've given me. I'm going to contact them for an appointment. But I want to be clear, this 5th email is optional. You certainly do not need it in your sequence, at the end of your sequence, to be effective. This is more so for those of you who, like I said, just really feel very passionately and strongly that you want to share, like you said, your qualifications essentially with your target audience, with the people on your list. And the third and final point that I want to mention is that if you have separate pieces of content, such as separate videos, you can break those down into separate emails, meaning that the total number of emails in your sequence would not be 4. It would actually be more than that, depending on how many pieces of content you have. For example, let's say the value proposition that you're giving away is a video series. It could be a 3-5-part video series. Doesn't really matter. Now, let's say you're covering quite a bit of content over the course of that series. It may be so much content, so much information, so much value, that you don't want someone who signs up to your list to be able to access all of those videos at once. A perfect example is what I've been doing here with my 5-part online lead generation training series. If you remember, when you signed up to my list, you instantly got access to the first video about writing an intriguing headline, but you didn't have access to the other 4 videos. I've gradually sent them out to you individually, again, several days apart, so that you had time to watch each video, probably more than once, really sort of absorb the information, try to internalize it so that you actually have a better understanding of it before you receive the next video, the next piece of content. So if that's the approach you're taking, that's absolutely fine. You would then separate the delivery of the value proposition into individual emails. And if you're going to do that, I recommend you take an approach like I have here with this training, where as soon as someone signs up to your list, you have to give them instant access to at least that first video. Because again, people, they want instant gratification. You got to give them something right off the bat. And then every 2 to 3 days, send them another email, send them another text message linking to the next video in your training series. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. Obviously, the total number of emails you're going to have then in your follow-up sequence is going to be more than 4, which is fine, but you're still following this structure, this proven structure that converts leads into patients. And that really does it for this video. I can't thank you enough for investing your time and trusting in my expertise to deliver this training to you. I hope you've learned at least something new and that you found at least one thing throughout the course of these 5 videos to be beneficial. And I really hope that the content I've covered serves you well in the new year in your practice. And really the only thing left to do is to take action with what you've learned. You have all the pieces of the puzzle. Okay, over the course of these 5 videos, I've covered everything that you need to know to go out and create your own effective online lead generation system, to create a brand new stream of leads consistently coming into your practice month after month after month, and converting those leads into patients. Assuming, of course, that you're actively advertising or marketing your practice in some way so that you're consistently sending eyeballs and visitors to that lead capture page. You have all the information now. There's no reason why you can't go out and do this yourself. But I am going to be honest with you. If this is something that's brand new to you, if you've never done this before, if a lot of this information or a lot of these concepts are new to you and were not familiar to you before, you're going to make mistakes along the way when you try to do this yourself. And that's okay. That's normal because that's part of the learning process. But I'm going to level with you, some of these mistakes are going to eat away time that you'll never get back and can even be costly financially. And above all, the concepts you learned here, I'm sure you would agree with me, these aren't extremely complex concepts. They're not very hard to understand and really not that difficult to implement. But the biggest thing is it takes a lot of time to do this the right way, to create a well-oiled machine that effectively and successfully generates leads for you online consistently. It takes time. And like I said, if you're doing this for your first time, there is going to be trial and error. There is going to be mistakes. And if you're anything like a lot of professionals that I've worked with, that I've had conversations with in the past, chances are you understand the value of having a customized and automated system like this set up for your practice to bring in leads and convert those leads automatically into patients. But chances are you don't have the time to go and do it yourself. And that's where myself and my company, Expert Edge Video, come in. I'm extremely excited to reveal to you that brand new for the new year, for 2015, we are rolling out a completely done for you online lead generation package where you're going to get everything that we discussed through these training videos and more to design a completely 100% customized online lead generation system for your practice that works for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to pull in, to collect qualified leads consistently and turn portions of those leads into new patients, all while you get to spend the majority of your time doing what you enjoy doing the most and doing what you're the best at, treating and caring for your patients. So tomorrow you're actually going to receive one more video from me where I'm going to go into more detail on exactly what our customized, done for you lead generation package includes. And then if that sounds like something that you think you might be interested in, you're going to find out how to schedule a completely risk-free 10 to 15 minute consultation with us where I'll answer any questions you might have. Okay, I'll give you more details on exactly what you get with our done for you lead generation package. And most importantly, you'll be able to decide if we're a good fit for you and your practice. And if you feel and are confident that what we have to offer can help you grow your practice and help you get the results that you've been looking for early on in the new year. So again, keep an eye out on your email tomorrow, because at some point that email will be coming to your inbox, and it will contain a brief video, again, just like the videos we've been doing here, where I'm going to break down for you exactly what you get in a done-for-you customized lead generation package. And you'll find out how you can reach out to us for a free consultation with absolutely no obligations, no strings attached on your part. Again, thank you so much for sticking with me and watching all of the training videos that I created for you. I really hope they serve you well in the new year, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.